we're going to cover the top 10 mistakes that people make when investing in Pokemon. Let's get started. Hello, beautiful people. Captain Zack Sparrow here. So let's jump right into it. Number one, and this isn't in any particular order, one thing that I see is people only look at, this is number one, only looking at recently sold data, however you want to say it. You only look at the recently sold data, whether it's on eBay, wherever, it doesn't matter. You only look at the last 3 months, the last month, whatever that segment is. It's not enough data. It's enough to tell you, hey, where's the current market on this? And that's certainly better than nothing, so you at least have an idea. However, you're going to need to look at a graph. Is the price trending up? Is it trending down? Is it flatlining? Was it trending up and then it flatlined? Or now it's starting to taper down just a little bit. So you can either put numbers into a graph, into an Excel sheet and turn it into a graph, or you can go to PokemonPrice.com. There's Pokegoldfish, I believe. Yeah, Pokegoldfish.com as well, where you can actually look at the price of cards. So you can look at it on a graph. I'm telling you right now, I never gave anyone advice before. Even when I was a broker, I didn't look at things just as a straight number list. Could you imagine how inefficient that would be? That would be asinine. Well, just looking at the bunch of numbers here, I think it's going up. No, it's definitely going to, well, there it, I don't know, sir. So look at a graph. Either make it or go to PokemonPrice.com. It's not going to have everything, but it can have a lot of things. And you can even look at cards that would be, or you would think would be, related to whatever that investment would be. Now, that's not going to be sealed product. Sealed product would be a whole nother ball game. And that's a lot more speculative as well if you're buying new product. So just keep that in mind. Another quick note on that I want to mention, because this is really important. Just realize, not even a full year, actually it's been about a full year now, about a year ago is when everything started going bananas on pricing for everything across the board. Look at base set Pokemon stuff just because there's a ton of data on it. Look at the numbers for it and you can see where it spiked, the peaks and valleys and everything. It is still so much higher than what it was just over a year ago. Keep that in mind when you're looking to make an investment. So something might be a really good price within the last 3 months that you look on eBay, but it might be a horrible price if you look at the last 6, 12, 18 months. Does that make sense? Okay, number two, we're getting a little feisty here. Only investing in what you like. So that way you never lose. Now, I'm totally fine with people investing in what they like. Hey, I really like this card. I really like this set. I want to have it as a display piece. Well, that's fine. It's not really an investment then, is it? Even if it is, and you're like, I don't need everything to be a total banger as far as getting a good ROI, but I want to just have it on my desk and I want to know, hey, it's getting me some money here and there. Hopefully it's rising in value, nice little piece. That's fine. That is not a true investment vehicle though. So investing in what you like, if that's truly your investment plan, you're going to need to reassess. If your goal is really to invest, which is what this video is covering, you're going to want to invest in a vehicle that's going to give you a better return on your investment. So all of the pieces that you like probably aren't going to 100% be great investments. Keep that in mind. Yes, invest in what you like and invest in what you don't like if it's performing well. Number three, not doing enough research. So that kind of ties into everything here. I'm just looking at my notes here as well. Just not being aware of how rare a set, piece is, card, whatever that item is. You're going to want to know, how hard is it to pull that card? So how rare is it? How hard is it to get in mint condition? What is the pop report of that card? If it's a waifu card, for example, on a scale of 1 to 10, how thick is it? Number four, how stale is it? Is it liquid? So looking at eBay in this case, are there sales on it recently? How often are those sales? Does it move quick? And that's something that's really important if it's an investment piece for you. Can I get this off of my hands if I need to buy a house, buy a car, I need to fix something, I just flat out need money? That is really important how liquid something is. There is no disadvantage to having a highly liquid card or a sealed product. The only disadvantage I could think of having something highly liquid is if you're someone who just can't hold on to things, you have hot fingers and you want to throw it out. But then again, if you're doing that, you're not doing the rest of these things very well on this list. So keep that in mind there. What I like to do is I like to look at recent sales. So this is when it's important to look at the last few months on eBay and figure out, okay, let's see, this card just sold for $101. Let's see, oh, this card's still up for sale for $101. Oh, that's been sitting there for 2.5 months. Oh, and it says it was revised before that even. Number 5, not knowing what the ROI is, what the return on investment is. Is it actually good? Are you speculating on a card? Did a new set come out and you're like, dude, it's Charizard, it's going to do well. Statistically, yes, that's good. That's probably going to perform fairly well. However, how well is it? At that point, it's totally speculative. So keep that in the back of your noggin, as well as if you're investing in a slightly older piece, something that has a little bit of data on it, even 3+ months old at that point, what is the ROI? Has it been good? Has it been trending down? Has it been trending up? Has it been stale for a while? Have you deduced that, oh, you know what? I think this is the bottom floor of this particular investment vehicle. I think now's a good time to buy. Actually look into that. What is the ROI on that? Just because you like it, which is fine to invest in things that you like, but just know there are almost always better opportunities out there, which ties in to what is your opportunity cost? What is the actual cost of you putting money into something? Could you make any more money putting it into anything else? That would be your opportunity cost. So keep that in mind. And that ties into number 6 here. And this is one of the most important ones. That would be, what is your downside potential? What is the risk of investing in this? For example, Cosmic Eclipse. As of right now, it might get a reprint. Is now a good time to put your money in that, knowing, hey, there's a chance this could get reprinted and the investment value will tank on that. It will absolutely be affected, at least for a period of time. Would I rather put $500-$700 into a booster box or whatever right now? Or do I want to put that $500 into anything else? Is there anything else less risky? And that's something that some of the best investors on the planet implement regularly. They actually look at downside risk more than they look at the potential of the company. They look at both fairly equal. However, there's a heavy emphasis on, hey, there's a really good chance that I won't burn my butt on this deal here. So that is also something I end every point with keep in mind. Yeah, keep everything in mind. Pro tip, guys, keep everything in mind. Number 7, not doing a quick SWOT analysis on a card. I know that sounds nerdy. So when I was in business school, one of the first assignments we had to do was I had to do a SWOT analysis on a local franchise. And when I say local, I mean to the region. Anyway, SWOT analysis stands for strengths, weaknesses, opportunities, and threats. And it's just like it sounds. What are the strengths of that business? Or in this case, the product you're investing in or the card that you're investing in? What are the strengths of it? What does it have going well? It's got the Charizard effect, the Pikachu effect, the Gardevoir effect. It's a PSA 10, whatever that is. What are the weaknesses of it? You're like, it's not a Gem Min, it's a PSA 9 that I'm investing in. And then what are the opportunities of this potential card? You know, I could see this going up. It's a Raichu card, and oh wow, they're doing a little spin-off mini-series on YouTube about Raichu. Really cool. That'll probably affect the value of this card, or it ties into the 25th anniversary. Whatever that is, there are some opportunities there. And then what are the threats? Oh, you know what? Cosmic Eclipse, I think that might be reprinted. Oh, you know what? It looks like there were more Cosmic Eclipse palettes just found. Whatever that is, keep those things in mind. I keep ending it with that, don't I? It is a good point, to be fair, right? Like, keep it in mind. Keep your mom in mind. So I've been saying this semi-regularly, but it's still a good point, and I'm totally not biased at all. Number 8, I think. How many other people like this song? How many other people like the music? So if you hear a popular song on the radio, it's popular for a reason. Why? Because a lot of other people like it. If you hear a song and it's just a banger and you're jamming out to it and not so many other people like it, and you're like, oh my goodness, why does this not have hundreds of millions of views on YouTube? It's got like 90,000, which is still good, right? It just, when you compare it to the pop genre, you're like, wow, this kind of fell flat. Not everybody else likes that song. Just because you think it's amazing, a fantastic investment, the market might not think that. Even though you're like, this is a home run set, I can't wait for everyone to realize how wrong they were, and that could come to fruition. But there's that downside risk. So again, you have to keep that in mind, that previous point. I don't know what number it was. Number 9, not cutting your losses quick enough. This is something I see all over the internet, all over the place. People say, well, I might as well hold on to it. I refuse to take a loss, which in general is decent. And a lot of people, they just cut their losses just to cut them. Oh my goodness, it's going down to 0. I need to sell this now. Go ahead and do that. That makes people like me very happy when I'm able to buy at that price. But you have to cut your losses. I would rather sell a case of Battle Styles booster boxes at a small loss. Even if I thought I could have flipped it during the time, I would rather sell those booster boxes at a small loss than hold on to them for 1, 2, 3, 4 years and make maybe 10% on my investment on that. When I know I could have spent, if you bought a case of it for, I don't know, $600, $700, whatever that price would have been, would there have been, again, opportunity cost, would there have been a better investment you could have made during that time, even if you lose out on 50 or $100 from selling that at a loss? That is a big brain play, and the smart money does that a lot. And a lot of you are not implementing that. You're just holding on to it forever. And you have to know that opportunity cost, that sunk cost that you have there, you're actually losing more money by holding on to it than just eating that negative 20. You get that 500, 600,000, $1,200 back, whatever your investment was, you get a good portion of that back, maybe 80%. That's fantastic. Take that capital, invest it into something else to where you can make a 1,200% on your return if you invest in the right ETB card, whatever that product is. And then last but not least, we got the Ghetto 10 number here to look cool. Not tripling down on what's working for you. If you're investing in cards and you're like, man, I cannot get a PSA 10 to save my life off of buying these rare cards off of eBay, then stop it. Stop buying those cards then. Guess what? You're the kind of dude who just needs to buy the PSA 10 as is. You got to pay a premium for that and hold onto that bad boy. Or you're like, man, you know what? I know a Pikachu promo when I see one, because right there at the bottom corner it says Pikachu promo. And you know that those do well historically, or you know that certain ones do well, and you just know that one right there, it's unique. That's going to be, then triple down on that. You're not going to be able to capitalize on every single facet of this diverse genre, this market. Triple down on what works for you. If you really understand something, you really know a set, you're like, man, I'm a master when it comes to the black and white era. I know every single, that's awesome. Invest in that. Capitalize on that. A lot of people don't. And you're like, man, this is a no-brainer. You know what? This booster box shouldn't be this price right now compared to the ETBs or vice versa. Take advantage of that. Absolutely. And triple down on it when you know what you're doing. It's cool to diversify. It's cool to have money in other things, the things that you like that are your investments. But it's really cool when you quadruple down on something and you make more money than you would have putting it into anything else. And that frees up capital, more capital to put into more things. And then that expands. And then that expands. Hopefully I didn't just obfuscate my entire point, but hopefully that made a little bit of sense to someone out there. Let's put it this way. Would you rather be subscribed or not subscribed to this channel? So make sure you subscribe and hit the notification bell so you're notified of future videos, just like this one. And until next time. Just take a deep breath and realize whatever you invest in, it'll probably be the wrong decision anyway and you'll lose a lot of money. I'm totally kidding.